on to our next topic. We're going to be talking about The Great, which is like a comedy drama type show. It's about Catherine the Great and Peter the Great, and it's an occasionally true story is what they call. So it's basically a historical fiction where they take historical events and they basically add their own plot to it and make it more dramatic, more humorous, and they change certain things to make a better story sometimes. But yeah, it's gonna have Ellie Fanning, who you may recognize as the little girl from Maleficent. She was also the little girl, well, she was older, and she was in Super 8. She was the one that was older than kind of everyone else. And then we're gonna have Nicholas Hoult, he played Beast in the X-Men. And did he play in anything else? I mean, I feel like I've seen him around, but Ellie Fanning, she plays Catherine the Great, and Nicholas Hoult he was the zombie in Warm Bodies. Never watched that movie. It was too much for me. And yeah, of course he also played Tolkien, which was about the J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote the Lord of the Rings movie. He was in Mad Max, Jack the Giant Slayer. So he has a couple movies on here, but mostly he's Beast from the X-Men. But yeah, the first season was really good. It was about Catherine the Great. She gets married off to the Emperor of Russia, and marriage in Russia is not what she expected. She had a fantasy in her head, an idealized version of what her life was going to be. Reality check, Russia is brutal, her husband is a jerk, and eventually she just decides to have a coup, C-O-U-P, coup. And she overthrows the emperor basically, but there are a lot of costs to that, and it's just a very nice plot as far as that goes. Second season is not as good in my opinion. It's still pretty good, but I mean, some characters just got thrown out of there. The way Catherine is developing as a leader, I'm really just not liking it. I'm not liking it myself at all. If you had to give the first season an opinion, I'd probably give it it was pretty good. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. And then the second season, I'd probably drop it down to like a 7 out of 10 if we had to give it a rating. But that's The Great. It's on Hulu if you haven't seen it. I really have not seen too much content as far as the Great goes, but it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Even though my ratings dropped, if they made a season 3, I would definitely at least start it to see if it was still good. But as far as that goes, that's where we're at with The Great.